If the last time you looked for a warranty or a manual, you went into a complete panic attack, it is time to set up a proper home office. I'm not talking about the laptop on the sofa with the snacks. I mean an actual space where you can corral everything from recipes, receipts, pens, pencils, stamps, everything that you need to make your house run smoothly. This office can take many forms. If you live in an apartment, you can do it in a file box. If you have a little bit more space, you could do it in a closet like I did. I have a video which I'll put a link to in the description so you can see how exactly I put this office together in a closet. But I want to focus on how I use it for the home. So the first thing is I have my little handy dandy green carton here that has all my stuff for thank you notes and sympathy cards, birthday cards. I still have this one for my friend Doug. And I also included in here a little thing about all the details about letters and what fits and what kind of postage you need and weights and all that. And I keep all of that here. So if I need to write a thank you note or if I need to send out a card, everything is where it needs to be. Stamps are in there, all that stuff. Another thing that's really helpful is good old paper grocery list. I know this probably sounds old school, but if I write it down, it just helps me to like mentally organize my life. I probably have hundreds of these that I've tossed away over the years, and it just really helps me to stay organized. I also keep a couple of my cookbooks handy here so I can sit down with a cookbook, make a list, and that way when I walk into the grocery store, I have a game plan. But I keep all that paper and stuff right here. And then I just keep all the pens and pencils, staplers, actual like office-y things in this little drawer. These are the Elfa Drawers, and they're really great because you can customize them. This is the narrow drawer set. I actually have two stacked on top of one another, and I added wheels. I actually had this in New York, so it was great when you move and change things around. If you invest in something like an Elfa system, it can grow with you. Another thing that is super important is a very comfortable chair. I just got this new ergonomic chair from Fully, and it is absolutely incredible because I can really customize it to the way I want to sit. A lot of us aren't like this all the time. Sometimes we're doing a DIY project, sometimes we're doing something that might take a little bit longer, and sitting in just a normal office chair would just be not comfortable. So you can really customize this. You can sit it different ways. You can turn it around. I got it in the blue color so that it would match my decor, obviously. And it's just a really great addition. It's perfect because it can go all the way down. I can pack everything away in my closet here. And so when you walk in the room, you would never know there's a great home office hiding behind you. Obviously, a computer is super helpful in home office, but a lot of us have tablets or laptops or whatnot. But this is a really great place to at least put the power cords, any accessories, stuff like that. You can put those in the drawers as well. So many of us just do everything on our phone anyway, but obviously I'm doing like editing and photo and video. So this is my office and my home office. When I say home office, I mean like the office that runs the home instead of, working from home. Anyway, okay, another thing is, this is so old school, but if you have grandparents or maybe your mom or dad that send you actual recipes, I organize them in these little recipe cards. I have a whole video on how I organize my recipes, which I'll link in the description, but I keep all that stuff right around here so I can sit down and sort of meal plan or come up with an idea, and I have everything around me instead of sort of like scattered all over the place. Now, my mom actually helped come up with this idea. This is the home binder, okay? When you buy a house, you're gonna need the big one. If you have an apartment, you can do the skinnier one. But this has everything from tax records, stuff from loan financing documents, all that kind of stuff, and refrigerator user instructions, and warranties, and invoices, and even just the pamphlet that came with my faucet. Things like this, keeping all of this is actually really helpful because if something happens, you'll have the spec sheet, the map, whatever you need to know about it, it's all gonna be in here. I've got stuff for our water heater. It's all in here, ready for you if you ever need it. And just doing it with the little sleeves make it super easy. You just slide the documents in. Now, you don't need to keep everything. You don't need to keep every little manual. Just keep what you need. But I have definitely referred back to this several times. particularly if somebody repaired something or if I had custom furniture made. Some of that information's even back here, but just putting all this together in a nice little binder really helps you just stay super organized. Doesn't cost a lot of money and it happens pretty quickly. Trust me, this has saved my butt several times. Another thing that's great in a home office is if you have any DIY supplies or anything like that. I have this wall behind me that has tape and ribbons and things for wrapping gifts, things for making little tags, things for any kind of DIY project if I need like a weird glue or something like that. All of that is great for a home office. Another thing that's great in a home office are just family photos, things that you'll kind of glance at and smile. I've got pictures of my mom, my grandparents, Matt, of course, Baxter on my screensaver. But just make it personal. It's your home office. You want it to feel like your home. I also have a bookcase full of homekeeping books and cookbooks and DIY fix-it books, anything that I've come across that I thought that I might need for learning more about the house, how things run. If you're in an apartment, maybe like a fix-it book would be appropriate for you. But just having a couple little reference things are super helpful. If you're not a book person, that's fine. You could totally, look it up. But I like to have books around. I hope this video inspired you to set up your home office so that you can get organized, and the next time somebody needs a warranty or a manual or a thank you note, you know exactly where to find it and all will be well. You will feel much more calm and centered, I promise. And then the phone rings.